Starting to bring in intention into your practice this morning. Allowing the breath into the belly, relaxing the jaw and the shoulders, creating a little friction here as we connect both hemispheres of the brain. As you're ready to bring the hands nice and steady in front of the heart. And 3 times repeating your intention on your inhale. Really allowing yourself to embody that intention. Allowing yourself to draw it in. And then 3 times on the exhale, pressing the palms away, taking a deep inhale as you rise. And exhaling that intention out, allowing yourself to be surrounded by it. Beautiful. Let's bring ourselves into downward facing dog. Sending the hips up to the sky. Lift yourself onto the tiptoes and allow the heels to melt back down towards the mat. Do that 1 or 2 times. High under the toes. And just allow the heels to sink. Deep exhales here as we open up through the shoulders. Feeling that deep connection of our hands rooting down into the mat. Feeling the nice decompression of the low back. Letting the spine lengthen with each round of breath. Beautiful. Take 1 deep inhale here in downward facing dog. Exhale as you roll forward to plank pose. You're going to lower all the way to the mat for chaturanga. Feel free to use your knees here as you start to warm up the shoulders. Inhaling the heart open as we come into a low cobra or sphinx pose. And exhale back to downward facing dog. We're going to take several of these just to warm up the shoulders. Feeling strong in our down dog, really pressing the chest towards the thighs. Allowing your breath to flow freely. Allowing yourself to be clear and steady, just physically present in your body. Good. Exhale forward, heart over the hands. Lower down as you choose. Inhale to open the heart up. Again, only coming up as high as you feel comfortable. It is early. Exhaling back to down dog. Going to continue to move with your own breath rhythm. Using those deep full inhales and those nice complete exhales. It's an exhale as you rock forward to plank. Continuing that exhale breath as you lower down. Inhaling as you scoop the heart forward. And exhaling back to down dog. Maybe it's 1, 2, 3 rounds of breath here in down dog before you're ready for the next cycle. Exhaling forward to plank pose. Slowly lowering, leading with the heart. Inhaling to scoop the heart forward. Exhaling back to down dog. Continue with that rhythm. Breathing deeper, drawing more energy in, smoothing out some of the ripples that might be in this really smooth flow. Allowing the energy in more freely, more fully. Notice as that plank lowers to the ground, is the heart leading? can take a brief child's pose after. Just taking it from your upward facing dog or cobra all the way back to child's pose. Allowing the forehead to melt down to the mat. Allowing some deep exhales. From that child's pose, let's go ahead and just slither forward into a low forearm plank. Drawing the shoulders back, get active in the legs, the glutes. Allow the crown of the head to extend forward. Allow yourself to open up your collarbones. Notice your leg muscles here, powered up, strong and stable. Pulling the heart through and forward just a little bit more. If you need to set to the knees, that's just fine. Just shorten that plank, but stick with it. Continue your breath. Sitting bones aim down towards the heels of our feet. Beautiful. To lower down, gently lower the belly down. We're going to come into locust pose. Arms out wide like a T. Thumbs to the sky. Take a deep inhale and lift. Long through the back of the neck, so no need to strain to look forward. But reaching the fingertips wide as you can. Really extending in both directions. Full of energy. Reaching the legs back as fully as you can, lifting the kneecaps off the ground, the front of the thighs off the ground. Beautiful. Taking the hands behind the back, staying lifted. Interlace the fingers, draw the shoulders down. Continue to open up the chest. Use your breath. Beautiful. Gently lower down. Go ahead and look over one shoulder, just laying the side of your cheek onto the mat. Let all those back muscles relax. Let your belly sink into the floor. Deep exhales. Bringing the arms back out wide like a T. We're going to take that right leg and step it behind your left hip, landing the sole of the foot so the hips twist open, the knee is up to the sky. Really nice rotation for the spine. Also might feel like a nice stretch through the front of the left shoulder. Coming back through center and transitioning over to the other side. The left foot steps back, landing the sole of the left foot so the left knee is up to the sky. Beautiful. And back to center. Nice. Gently pressing the mat away. Bring yourself to downward facing dog. 3 deep rounds of breath here. Letting the heels sink more, letting the sitting bones reach higher to the sky. Pushing out of the whole hand. Feeling that space in your low back. Feeling the chest press a little closer to the front of the thighs. Notice your neck relaxing. And let's go up onto the tiptoes. Look forward between the hands. Take a light step as we bring our feet up towards the fingers. Stay soft in the knees to be able to keep the hands down on the ground. Inhale, halfway rise, pressing into the shin bones, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, chair pose, pressing the hips back in space. Think about scooping up the belly, pressing your kneecaps, the insides of the knees right in towards each other. Keep the big toes touching. So you've got a lot of energy here. These knees are glued together. If you have knee issues and that's painful, keep the feet wider and the knees wider. But if you're able to, keep those knees glued in. Drop the hips another inch. Press them back in the seat. Releasing the shoulders down from the ears. Let your heart lift up. Beautiful. Exhale, lengthen the legs, fold it all the way in. Maybe the legs want a little shake. Inhale, lengthening the spine, draw the heart forward. Exhale, fold it back in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, chair pose. We won't be here quite as long this time. Tuck the sitting bones, lift your heart. One more nice deep inhale. On your exhale, stepping the left foot back to crescent lunge. Keep the hips square to the short side of the mat. Take a nice big scoop with the arms. Exhale again. And one more time. Beautiful. Shoot those fingertips straight up to the sky. Let's interlace the fingers, stretching the heart up. Big energy out through your back left leg. Really press. Feel your arms stretching upward, lengthening. Active and energized. Beautiful. Releasing the hands all the way down, coming to high lunge. And right arm up to the sky, high lunge twist. Still powered up to the left leg. Nice. Bring it back down to center. Add a cushion for your back knee if you choose. Coming into a low lunge. Interlacing your fingers, lifting your heart up. Feel the energy through your forward right foot, drawing forward. So that right foot is actually pulling your body forward in this pose. Release the jaw. Beautiful. Exhale. Deep exhale rounds of breath in down dog. Feel the space you're opening up across your upper back. The energy you're stretching into your shoulders. All the muscles around your torso. Facilitating those deep, full breaths. Onto our tiptoes, looking forward between the hands, taking a light step to bring the feet up to the fingers. Inhaling to rise halfway, pressing into the shin bones. Exhaling to fold all the way down. Inhaling to rise up. Exhaling to chair pose. Sitting bones aim down towards the heels of your feet, scooping the belly inward. Try to keep those arms back in line with your ears. And maybe sink the chair another inch. Relaxing the jaw and the facial muscles. Beautiful. One more deep round of breath. Exhale, lengthen the legs, let it fold. Big exhale here. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Coming back to chair pose, not quite as long. Using the breath, finding your steadiness and your focus. Beautiful. Gently stepping back with the right foot on an exhale. Coming into crescent lunge. Scissoring in the inner thighs. Exhale, drawing down. Cactus arms. Inhaling to scoop up. Do 3. And bringing those arms all the way back up, interlacing the fingers, stretching the heart open. Feeling that nice stretch as you breathe past the diaphragm here, really extending the diaphragm into the belly. Beautiful. Releasing the hands all the way down, one on either side of that forward left foot. Left arm rotates up, taking a nice high lunge twist. Power up the back right leg. Keep that leg strong and straight. Beautiful. Down to center. Low lunge, dropping our back knee. Take both arms up. So like I said before, the forward foot is actively pulling you forward. It's isometric. It's not moving on the mat. But that's the energy. That's what you're drawing against. Beautiful. And exhale, release. Go ahead and step yourself to plank pose. Lower down to chaturanga. Inhale out, upward facing dog if you're able. And back to downward facing dog. If you want a child's pose in here, that is just fine as well. As we move forward, we'll be inhaling up with our right heel, reaching it up towards the sky. Exhale forward as you roll through, step those right toes between the hands, rolling yourself all the way open to warrior two. Back foot parallel to the short end of the mat, forward toes aiming straight towards the short end of the mat. Releasing the shoulders, finding that extension side to side here as you extend the fingertips in each direction. Flipping the forward palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, come all the way into side angle. Let the top arm extend over your ear. Float with me back and forth here, inhaling back and exhaling forward. Notice the sides of your torso, the strong core, that strong trunk of your body, flexing and extending here with the breath. Take one or two more rounds here as we flow back and forth. And coming all the way back, reverse warrior, inhale. Beautiful. Coming to center, taking both hands down behind your back, interlace the fingers, and coming into that side angle with the arms bound. Notice the power through your legs. Draw the energy and the power up from the ground, from your rooted feet. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful. Come up to center, go ahead and straighten the forward leg, extend the arms out wide. Maybe slightly shorter stride. Coming in with the back foot. Coming into triangle pose. Extend the fingertips forward. Letting your hips drop to the side. Landing a hand either to your shin bone or to a block. Feel the rib cage pick up and rotate here. Length. Feel that top arm energize all the way up to the sky. Beautiful. Come all the way up to center. All 10 toes towards the long side of the mat, taking the arms down behind your back. Again, binding the arms, interlacing our fingers. Fold in, let the arms spill away from the back of the body. If you have any strain through the insides of the knees here, just take your knees out of the hard locked position for a slight bend. Pinch your shoulder blades back. Start to rotate some energy by pressing the energy into your heels to lift your sitting bones higher to the sky and create more room through your iliosacral cervical joint. Right here, your heart is leading towards the ground. Relaxing the back of the neck, letting the crown of the head dangle down towards the mat. Feel your breath. Every part of the body is active and engaged in this moment. Beautiful. Slowly allow your arms to come back to your hips and then down to the mat. Maybe adjust the feet outward, just another little step, and consciously draw the crown of your head down towards the mat as you send your sitting bones higher. And sending the sitting bones higher happens by pressing into your heels, outward into your heels, to help rotate those sitting bones up. Beautiful. And let's take both hands over to the right foot using the block or the ground. Inhale, long spine, pitching your heart towards your toes. Exhale, sink in. We're feeling those hamstrings. It's all good if those legs are shaking. That's awesome. I've got my quads are dancing here. Really cute story. My grandma has been in physical therapy, my 85-year-old grandma, and she now knows what her quads are, which is really funny. I love it. I'm like, yes, grandma. The muscles above your knees. Good. Go ahead and pivot towards that right foot. We'll land in that high lunge position. Step to plank. We'll roll to the right side, inside plank. Whatever variation you need here this morning. If there's a knee down, if you're getting fancy and you want to float a leg, whatever you're feeling. And if it feels like it, you can step that top foot back and open the heart up into wild thing. Just breathing deep, breathing steady. Coming back through center, finding that plank pose as you lower through chaturanga. And bring yourself back to downward facing dog. Opening up your upper back, feel that space all the way down the length of your spine, especially later in your practice as you come back into these down dogs. Really allowing yourself that next level. Allowing yourself to extend a little bit more versus maybe being a little lazy in the pose or a little less engaged in the pose. Try to find that next edge and then taking yourself there versus being comfortable where you are. Pressing through it just a little bit more. Let's take the left heel up to the sky, roll the body forward, landing the left toes between the hands, pivoting the right foot as you windmill up for warrior two. Dropping the shoulders. Really active against the ground. Notice your legs and your feet here. And inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, forward to side angle. We're going to flow back and forth a handful of times. Just moving through all those vertebrae. Feeling the sides of the waist. Stretch and lengthen. And strengthen. Beautiful. Oh, it feels so good. Especially in the morning, these are my favorite. Let's come back for one more nice, deep reverse warrior. Taking your hands down behind the back and coming into that look mom, no hands, side angle pose. over your right shoulder to help rotate the rib cage and the shoulders. Smile as that left leg starts to dance around. Beautiful. Gently straighten that forward leg, release the arms. Slightly shorter stride for your triangle if you choose. Let the hips sink back as you reach through the fingertips. Landing down on your shin bone or using a block here for your hand. Think about that ground to sky connection here across your heart. Really allowing your arms to lengthen and extend in both directions. Broadening across the collarbones and across the chest as well. Strong, straight legs. Open up the ribs. Feel the low ribs lifting away from your hip bones. Beautiful. Good. Gently up. All 10 toes towards the long side of the mat. We'll again go into that forward fold with the arms down. Lift your heart up, drawing your shoulders down. Exhaling into the fold. Really releasing your neck and jaw here. Maybe you want to feel yourself turning your knees inward towards each other to open up the iliosacral joints. Using your exhales to create more space inside the body as you flush out anything that's stagnant. Heart leading down towards the ground. Beautiful. Slowly let the hands come back to the hips and all the way down. Adjust your feet maybe just a little bit wider. And pressing your hands into the ground, draw your heart further down. Let's take our hands out to our feet, either holding on to your big toes or the outer ridges of your feet. And again, draw the heart down, sending your sitting bones higher up. Lengthening through your spine, using each round of breath to pull the heart down closer to the ground. Great. And then walking both hands over toward beautiful. Pivot all the way over to that left side, stepping into high lunge, and then stepping to side plank with the left hand rooted. Notice how your arm is starting in the center of your spine in side plank. If it feels right to drop the right foot down just behind that left foot and open the heart into wide open. Beautiful job. Coming back through center, take a vinyasa or take yourself to child's pose. Allow yourself to melt for a few breaths. Beautiful. your blocks and your strap handy for this next series. It's not very long. We can do it. Start with those up at the top end of the mat. Let's bring ourselves into downward facing dog. Inhaling the right heel high to the sky. Exhale, rolling forward to land the right toes between the hands. Rise up to crescent lunge. Dropping down the shoulders. Letting yourself just be steady and easy here, scissoring in through the inner thighs. Exhale the hands down to heart center. Take a couple full rounds of breath. And then exhale the left elbow outside the right knee. Nice deep twist here. Make that connection and bring your hands right back to the center of your sternum. So here, the torso is not dumping a lot of weight onto this front leg. We're using the knee to get the twist, but the weight of the torso is self-supported. Maybe we can bring the arms wide open, giving ourselves a half or full wrap here. Beautiful. Unraveling the arms. Go ahead and scoop up your strap as we come up to single leg balance on that right leg. Using very little strap between your hands. Put the strap at the base of the left foot as you take the left foot straight forward. Standing hand to foot pose. Pressing energy down into the sole of your right foot. Stick with it. Find your focal point. Find your breath. Then let's take both ends of the strap into just the right hand, opening your left arm back into a rotational variation. Very nice. Back to center. Gently set it down. Keeping your right foot forward, gently step your left foot back to about 3 feet. Line the right heel, line your heels up on one line. Scissor in the inner thighs so we're nice and square to the short end of the mat as we head towards pyramid pose. Folding down using the blocks underneath the hand or maybe even elevating that forward toe. Think about the right hip sliding up and back. And your left hip down and forward. Amazing hamstring and hip stretch there on the right side. Use each round of breath to allow yourself to melt in just a little deeper. Beautiful. Taking your hands and your blocks, you don't need the blocks. If you want to use your blocks, take the blocks out wide to the right side so you're rotated towards that forward foot. Beautiful. Lifting up onto your tiptoes. Pivot all the way into Gomukhasana. So coming into cow face pose with the right leg on the top. Right leg is over the left. And if you can't quite sit all the way down to the ground on that one, bring the blocks up underneath your seat. Perfect. Yeah. Arms out wide like a T. We're going to take the left arm over, right arm under. Use the arm extender if you like. I overreached my right shoulder, grabbing my bag out of the back of the car Sunday morning, was it? It's a little upset with me. Felt okay during yoga today, though. That's good. I'm glad. I was a little nervous about that. Relax the jaw. We'll take our left heel all the way up to the sky, floating the left toes forward, landing just between our hands, rising up, crescent lunge. Drop the shoulders, scissor in the inner thighs, knees to stable here through the hips. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Take another deep inhale and exhale into your twist, connecting the right elbow outside the left leg. Power up your back right leg. Remember, strong torso. Maybe opening the arms wide, giving yourself a wrap, either half or full. Using the power of your legs here. Although our weight is shifted over the forward left leg, I want to really power up my right leg to give the pose an anchor. Feel your breath, especially in this bound pose, twisted pose. Create expansion inside your torso. Beautiful. Unraveling the arms, coming back to center, scoop up the strap. Coming up to single leg balance. That first second is a little bit of a hot second there in the left hip. It will flush out and it'll be just fine. Lifting the heart up. Start with very short amount of strap between your hands so that your arms end up being long. No short little T-Rex arms, long arms, lifted heart. Press more energy into the sole of the left foot. Breathing deeper. Beautiful. And then both ends of the strap into the right hand as we roll the left shoulder back, extending back both ends of the strap into the left hand, right arm, extending back. Awesome job. Come out of the twist. We're going to set the strap down, stepping the right foot back to 3 feet back. Square your hips towards the short end of the mat. Inhaling both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale forward, bringing the heart forward. Now if your blocks want to be under the hands or maybe under the front of the foot, lifting the toes, getting a deeper stretch to your calf and Achilles. Forward hip, the left hip is drawing back and up as our right hip draws down and forward. Awesome, awesome. Let's take our hands out wide to the left side. Just getting a little more of a rotation here. Definitely feeling that IT band. Nice, and lift up onto the toes and let yourself spin right down into Gopukasana, into that stacked knee position. Leveling both sides of your seat here. Let's bring our arms out wide. This time the right arm's going over as your left arm is under. Using the arm extender if you choose.
relax, the jaw relax. Try to have your ears above the shoulders so we aren't too rounded forward here, lifting your sternum and lifting your head. So your chin is parallel to the ground and your ears are above your shoulders. Sit up as tall as you can. Beautiful. As we unravel, hold on 1 second, don't unravel yet. Take a little forward fold here. Hug down over the knees. Good, and slowly up. And now the right arm coming over the left knee, press up tall into a seated twist. Awesome. Slowly unravel your twist, unravel the legs, and roll on down to your back. Start by just holding onto the kneecaps and making some gentle circles over the iliosacral joints. Take those circles back in the opposite direction. Beautiful. And hug both knees right up under each shoulder, letting the iliosacral joints really flatten against the ground. And then maintain that connection with the ground as we bring the feet up to the sky in happy baby pose. Beautiful, and then release the left leg down, giving the right knee a nice hug up underneath the right shoulder, and then twist the right knee over towards the left shoulder, and then allow the hips to rotate left, anchoring your right shoulder to the ground. Beautiful. Bring it back through the center. Switch and hug the left knee up under the left shoulder, extending your right leg flat. This is really good for your digestive system, this compression here. And then taking that left knee over towards the right shoulder, letting the hips rotate, and just take it into this really nice supine stretch, cat stretch. If you want to give it an extra little bonus and extend the leg, get that hand to foot stretch again. Or if you're ready for it to be nice and relaxing, just feel the twist. Beautiful. And bring it back to center. Give your whole body a nice little squeeze. And go ahead and release the legs out straight. A few deep exhales as you melt yourself into your mat, finding Shavasana. Really feeling the full weight of the body settling into the mat. And allowing the breath to become more passive. And to gently float here. Letting any final knots in the body unravel completely. Continue flowing slow and easy. Notice the limbs very heavy against the ground. Gently start to bring your attention, your awareness back to the physical body. Sending a little wave of energy down your fingers and your toes, letting them wiggle. Maybe taking a big full body stretch. Still have what you need to do to bring the body back. And then we'll bring it back into an easy seat, whether you want to roll to one side and press up or give yourself a little rock and roll up to your seat. As you come back up into seated, let's open the palms up on tops of the knees. Sitting up nice and tall here, really lengthen up your spine, extending through the crown of the head. Taking a few deep breaths into the belly. Feeling into that energetic shift in this new space. And we'll take the hands up to heart center. Taking a moment to send out a little extra love and encouragement this morning. And taking a moment to invite extra love and encouragement back in. Beautiful. Namaste.